getting rejected and the print failed. So to fix this, just open up your AMS, remove the screws from here and here, and of course remove the cables, the PTF tube. You move the PTF tube by pressing on this tab in here. I know it's hard to see. And we can just do this in one hand, just holding my camera. Alright, and then you pull this back. Don't pull it too hard because there are cables in here. You can remove those cables. I didn't. And then I just removed each of these PTF tubes, and I would get a filament longer than this, feed it through the usual feeders, and I push it right through. And in the past, I've been able to push out like a broken filament in one of these. This time round the filament was actually in here, and so I had to actually insert this into each of these holes, gently wind this gear here, and feed the filament through, and out popped, still got it, this little fragment that had broken off during a print. And then I can put this together and it should work fine. But I did inspect one of the PTFE tubes, the one that's missing here, the problem PTF, the problem channel, and I noticed, and I guess it might be hard to see, thinning here in the PTF tube, particularly on, say, this side. Yeah, it's probably not going to come out too well, but it is thinning. Maybe you can see that on one side, and that's just because I've just been doing a lot of printing, maybe some abrasive filament in here. I do try to mitigate this by, I print these, available online. Maybe I'll link to it, and these go straight onto the, I got an example here, right on to the where the filament feeder is. This helps reduce the wear, particularly actually reduces wear on the actual entry here. As you can see, I already have some abrasion happening, and this will actually block, this will stop the filament from feeding in. But with this handy print, it's not a problem anymore. Another tip is, because I have got a new PTFE here, I just make sure it's the same length as the one I'm replacing. What I do is I take an Allen key and I just, let me see if I can set this up. Okay, so hopefully this is more clear here because I chose a blue PTFE tube, and what I do is I take this little Allen key here, and it's slightly larger than the hole, and I just lightly press it, not too much, just to make this hole widen just a little bit. So it's really widened, as you may be able to tell. Alright, and I do this whenever there's filament being inserted into PTFE tube. I don't do this for when the PTFE is exiting and going to, say, a nozzle, but I'm beginning to practice this with my AMS. But I can't, don't quote me on guaranteeing that this works and this reduces blockages. This is just what I do, and it makes sense to me. So you might want to try this, but do it at your own risk. But all it is just making that hole a little larger so that as the filament is moving around and gets to this point, it can slide in better. But maybe you can post a comment if you think that actually works or not. And that's it. That's just a short video. And like and subscribe.